So my name's Marianna and I have taken on an orchid nursery. So this is a nursery that I have grown up with. I have been in the farm and immersed with flowers my whole life. So White Hill Orchids is a farm gate style orchid nursery, boutique nursery down in Dramana. If you know Torello Farm, we're right next to it. This is our family legacy. So Dad has been growing orchids for over 67 years. We've been on the farm for 40 years next year, and Mum started selling them direct to public at local markets for 35 years. So it's been quite a while. I was working at markets from the age of 8 years old, and yes, I did earn a little wage thanks to Mum. And about 5 years ago, Mum and Dad were saying they maybe want to retire. So I started helping them on weekends at the markets to try and help them get rid of orchids in order to retire. But I found that as I was going to the markets, Mum just kept on putting more and more markets on. So there'll suddenly be 3 in the month and then 4, and then every weekend would have a market, and there's just so many markets. But I did start off in medical sales. So I was in medical sales for 18 years. I got up to a national sales management role at a multi-million-dollar company. I often went overseas for huge conferences, and it was a really fun job with a lot of travel. I had a great salary, as you said, but it wasn't what I wanted. So I found myself really excited that I would have 2 seats empty next to me at a plane, for example. And I was often wanting to be next to my sons. I didn't get to see much of them. My husband became a stay-at-home dad to look after them while I was traveling and making the money, but I wanted to be there for drop-offs and pickups. So last year, at the start of January, I quit my corporate job, and it took about 6 months of handing over, so I really finished in about June. But as I was finishing up with them, I started building my dream, which is to have a shop front on where the nursery is for people to come to us. I have been in sales for a really long time and looked after a number of people in my team, but I've never been a sole trader before, and I've never built my own business. And so the first thing I did was called council, and I said, can I open up a shop at the farm? It'll be a farm gate, and they said yes, and then they put me onto their business development team, and through there I found Transcend, and I went to their 2-day workshop, and I learned a lot in 2 days. And they were right, you spend the whole first night not sleeping because you've got all these ideas, and then you're trying to think of your marketing plan and who is my key customer, and you're asking ChatGPT a whole heap of questions that is ChatGPT is great, by the way. So I was so entrenched in what they were telling me, and the people I was meeting there were incredible. And on that side, you can see my marketing plan developed with the help of Jeff. So with Jeff, we put together a plan. And one part of that plan, which I really loved, is who is my customer. And I actually have 3 main customer bases, but the one I wanted to concentrate on for this year is the enthusiast. So you'll see from my logo, there's a big love heart in the middle of my logo, because people that grow orchids are generally very enthusiastic about it. The one thing I started was social media. So I opened up an Instagram account and started posting videos and pictures of the orchids, which is always fun. I then took out Google Ads. Google Ads has been amazing. So most of the people that find me are through Google. I know that sounds pretty basic, but for me, setting up a Google ad was a big thing. And analytics, amazing. I started doing local gardening groups and going and doing demonstrations so they could get to know about me and orchids that grow in the area. I then contacted Peninsula Essence magazine, and I got into Peninsula Essence with an article about our legacy and our journey, and also an advertisement. I joined every orchid society that I could find in a 45-minute drive from my house, which is 6. And I've entered all their competitions, and I've won a number of awards and champion plants, which also, thank you. So this is where it started, one of our old greenhouses. We were trying to put it back together. This is where it's at. There's a lot more to come. So you're all welcome to visit White Hill Orchids. We are one of the only direct-to-public orchid nurseries in Victoria. And just if you want to come and immerse yourselves, they're just starting to flower. So feel free to come in and say hi. And thank you so much, Jeff, and Transcend as well.